Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is JJ and today I have another pick a card for you guys. Before we get started, I have blue kyanite as option number 1. I have amethyst as option number 2. And then we have aquamarine as option number 3. So with that being said, all the timestamps will be pinned in the comments section. And all my information is always in the description box below. We are currently in Mercury Retrograde and we're going to be in Mercury Retrograde until March the 9th, I believe. Do not quote me, but I think it's March the 9th. And it's going to be transiting in the sign of Pisces and in Aquarius. So this pick a card is going to be, how can you use this Mercury Retrograde at its best, like in a positive way? Or what is it going to show you? Okay. And what can you do? What is it trying to heal? Let me take off my sweater. I got really hot here. So yes, that's what the pick a card will be. If you feel like you need more time, feel free to pause the video. Whenever you are ready, click play and fast forward to your selected option. Remember, these are general readings to get a better picture of how Mercury is going to affect you. Make sure you're looking at your natal chart and see where do you have the sign of Pisces and Aquarius, and that is the sign that Mercury will be transiting through. Okay, so with that being said, let's talk a little bit about what is Mercury retrograde. For those of you who don't know, Mercury retrograde has a really bad rap of shit going down, stuff happening, your technology getting all messed up, phones breaking, computers not working, papers getting lost, not the best time for signing contracts or making big purchases or traveling, or your cars also have some funny thing going on with them. So it has a really bad rap. But Mercury retrograde also is very famous for bringing past lovers into your life. So exes or people from your past in general. Now, here's the thing. We can look at it in a positive way where we can almost rewrite history. So if someone from the past comes back, it can also be testing you to see if, are you still staying true to your boundaries, to your decision, or is there something you want to go back and revisit? Is there something you want to rewrite, get clarity on? You can use Mercury retrograde for that sense as well. It's not always bad, okay? It's a reinvention of energy here, okay? Reinventing your life or revisiting something of your past and making some changes or tweaking it in some way, okay? Or just making peace with it sometimes. So with that being said, now we're going to get started with option number 1. So let's see. So for those of you who picked option number 1, let's see what this Mercury retrograde is gonna be. What energy is it bringing into your life, or how can you use it in a positive way? Speaker, speaking up, speaking your truth. School. Okay, so for a lot of you, you're gonna be learning something different. You're gonna be speaking something. For some of you, you might be also planning something out, okay, or getting something together. You might be very focused in your schooling or learning something new in some way, but I'm also hearing for some of you giving a speech. I don't know if you're taking speech class, okay, or communications 101 here. There's something here that you're going to be speaking up on, something that you have learned, okay, so you might be revisiting something. Okay, you might be looking at something in a new way or learning something different. With the numbers, be careful with your budgeting, be careful with finances here. Exchanging gifts. And then we have fearless self-love. We have the 7 of Cups. The Death card. Scorpio energy, honoring yourself. Believing in yourself. You are flying high, do not descend. The Goddess of the Shadow. So you're going to be looking at shadow work here. Healthy lifestyle. Fairness. Capricorn. Phoenix rising, very similar to that Scorpio energy there, and Secret Doorway. Okay, so I feel like during this Mercury retrograde, you're going to be revisiting a lot of stuff. You're going to be, there's a lot of confusion here with the Seven of Cups. I feel that there's a lot of options available to you. So for some of you, you might be revisiting, you might be getting knowledge, or you might be learning about certain things that are available to you and finally making a decision. I feel like many of you will be closing doors to people from the past or options from the past. You're getting more clear about what you want in your life. I also feel like during this Mercury retrograde, it will be very beneficial for you to use this energy to walk away or cut cords with people or situations that are not healthy for you. For many of you, you might be changing your diet, you might be taking up on exercise, or you just might be cutting away people that are making you anxious or that are making you feel like you're an option to them, and so you're cutting them loose. And you might be vocalizing this, you might be speaking up, you might be finally saying what you've been wanting to say, maybe to a Scorpio, or maybe to a Capricorn, maybe to a Libra. These are the signs that are very prominent here, specifically Scorpio with the Phoenix rising here. I feel like during this Mercury retrograde, you're going to be in this cocoon energy where you'll be looking at your shadows. You will be realigning yourself and shedding a lot of things or a lot of people that are not, again, in your best interest here. This might be people from your past, people from school. I see you closing a door on something so that something new can come in for you, because I feel like you do have options, but I feel like some of these options are not worthy of you. Is the energy that I'm picking up here. Okay, during this Mercury retrograde, I feel like you're going to be looking at the options that honor you. You're going to be looking at the options that really value you, that care for you, that you really love as well. And you're going to be honoring yourself, and by doing that, you're going to be cutting. A lot of heads are going to roll here. Okay, I feel like a lot of people are going to be, you're going to be saying goodbye to a lot of people. A lot of people that kept you in this energy here of Seven of Cups, and of not knowing where you stand with this person or with these people, or not knowing what someone was offering you, right? I feel like because they didn't honor you, they didn't see your value in some way, so you're cutting them off. You're saying goodbye to these people, and I feel like you're vocalizing this either to yourself or to them. And I feel like you are going to be in this here, and you're gonna feel, I feel for many of you, it's kind of like during this Mercury retrograde, you're gonna embody your shadow self, which is something that I feel for my pile number one is something you don't like to do. Okay, because right, our shadow self is perceived as being bad, is perceived as not being good. But I feel like in this occasion, during this Mercury retrograde, you have to draw a line with someone. You have to tell this person, where do you stand? What do you want? Okay, do you honor me? Do you see my value? If not, sorry, but I have to say goodbye to you. And that might be a shadow aspect of yourself. But again, like this card says, what you perceive to be a dark side holds a hidden treasure. So what you're doing by you saying goodbye to these people or these situations that are not honoring, that are not healthy, that are toxic, you are honoring yourself, and you're bringing in more balance, and you are committing to your healing as well. And you are rising because of this. Okay. I feel like during this Mercury retrograde, you're not playing games anymore. You're not playing games. The exchange has to be equal here. Okay, the exchange has to be equal. If it's not, I see you flying in a different direction. I see you doing something else. And you're believing in yourself. You're believing in your worth, and you're seeing your worth, and you're embodying that, right? And I feel like, again, you're closing one door. You're closing this door because I feel like you being here stuck in these energies here with these people that don't value you, or with these situations that don't see your worth, that don't see your value, that don't believe in you, kept you from not seeing this other door, because you were still looking at the other door from the past. And I feel like once you do that, once you honor yourself and you believe in yourself, it's gonna, like I said, it's gonna balance you out. You're going to commit to a path, and a new door is going to open for you. Isn't it kind of very similar? Look at these doors are very, very similar. And I feel like you're going to be very intuitive. Your intuition is going to tell you it's time to go. It's time to go. You can't be in this darkness anymore. It's time for you to rise. It's time for you to move in a different direction. And you might feel like it's unfair. You might feel like it might, again, because this is your shadow self. So in some way, you're honoring your shadow self as well. and seeing that your shadow self is not actually as bad as you think. And sometimes we need our shadow self, right? We need to integrate it. That's how we get alchemy. That's how we reach alchemy, by the way. And again, because you're having this fearless self-love for yourself, and you're choosing yourself and anything. And that is the gift that Mercury retrograde is giving you. You're honoring yourself. You're believing in yourself. And because you feel this fearless self-love for self here, this new door will open for you. And it's interesting because 3 and 2 is 5. And then we have a 5 here. 22 and 22. So maybe you've been seeing those numbers a lot. And again, that's balance. That is a choice. Maybe you were confused about what choice to make. Maybe because you were giving someone the option to speak up and kind of like bring clarity or to communicate something with you. And I feel like for some of you, this person will communicate with you, but I feel like you're going to come to the conclusion that this person is not seeing your value. This person is not honoring who you are. This might have been someone you went to school with for some of you, okay? Let me just move my camera a little bit. There we go. I feel like whatever the situation was with the 7 of Pentacles, it's just like you guys are not on the same. 7 of Pentacles. Okay, you guys don't want to invest anymore. That was completely channeled. I don't have the 7 of Pentacles here. I feel like some of you, you're not wanting to invest anymore, and you had this phase of agony. You were in agony. Whatever this situation was really kept you stuck. Okay, it kept you from moving forward. And it kept you from seeing your value. And to me, frogs are also about rebirth and death. And we have death here. And when you're rising, you're putting yourself first. And because you are doing that, you're going to fly high. You're moving in a different direction. There's something here with books, with knowledge. Something is coming to you. Someone might be communicating something with you that kind of opens you up and kind of helps you see things with clarity. You're gaining a new perspective about something. There's a book here too. For some of you, I feel like because you're walking away from these people that were toxic, it's kind of like now you have the opportunity, because all your attention was going towards this situation that was keeping you stuck. Now you're channeling that energy into learning something new, and you're perfecting your craft, right? And because you are doing that, whatever your craft is, you know, whether that is cosmetology, being an engineer, being a teacher, being, you know, whatever it is that you're doing, it's kind of like you're redirecting your energy. You're no longer putting it here. So you're becoming committed to your path. Therefore, this is bringing about change into your life. Again, there's a new door that's opening up because you're walking away from something that was not good for you. It wasn't fair. You were getting kind of like breadcrumbs from someone or from something. Okay, it wasn't, the give and take here wasn't fair. The exchange was not fair. And I feel like you're coming to terms with that, or you're seeing that. And I feel like during this Mercury retrograde, it's going to gift you the opportunity to put yourself first, to have that fearless self-love and choose what is right for you. Yeah, it's kind of like you're closing one chapter to enter a different one. You're ending one cycle to enter into a different cycle. And Capricorn energy does not play games, by the way. So I feel like for many of you, once you close this door, there's no going back to that door. And there's some type of piece of information that is either through word that someone is giving you that helps you make this choice kind of very clear to you. And it's like, I'm putting myself first here. And because you do that, because you honor yourself, because you love yourself, it's kind of, it's you know, Spirit is rewarding you by opening a new door, a new opportunity for you. One that is worthy of you, one that is healthy, one that offers you commitment, or something here with commitment, because Capricorn is a very committed sign, right? Capricorn works hard until it gets to the top of the mountain. You're having like a rebirth, and it's all around self-love and what is worthy of you. Trying to see if I can get anything else. Again, honoring your cycle, your shadow self here is going to be very, very important. You're coming into alignment, but you're also letting a lot go. You're burning a lot. You're letting a lot go. You're letting whatever needs to go, just go. I'm also getting this Kundalini energy here with the snake and the fire. Trying to see if I can get anything else here. Be careful with big purchases, by the way, just because I'm seeing the numbers here. Be careful when you're doing taxes, things like that. I know it's tax season here in LA or California. Let me see. I feel like they're leading you down something else, because where you were at, you were very focused on something that was not good. And so you're being redirected during this Mercury retrograde. Yeah. It's a huge change with the Death card, but with the Death card is something you've already saw coming. You already know this cycle was about to end. You already knew this. You were maybe avoiding it, or you were giving this person or this situation a chance to kind of clear things up, or to bring new information, or to kind of, I don't know. I'm just hearing like you were kind of giving this situation a chance for it to kind of work itself out, or for someone to make amends in some way, but they didn't. So I feel like you're just choosing yourself. There's Mercury retrograde. That's what it's gifting you, and that's the positive light of it. That's what you can learn from this Mercury retrograde. Yeah, that's what I have for you guys. I hope this was helpful. I wish you the best. And now I'm going to move to option number 2. So for those of you who picked option number 2, let's see. What is this Mercury retrograde? Justice. Okay, you might be dealing with a Libra. You might work in the justice system in some way. Books. A lot of knowledge coming through. Option number 1 had a lot of books as well. So if you were indecisive between 1 and 2, I suggest you can watch option number 1 as well. A change in the wind. So it's a lot of change happening here. A new, different perspective on something. The littlest fairy. Appreciate the beauty and value of the exquisite and the small. Sadness. Saturn return. Interesting, because option number 1 also got Capricorn, and Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Receptivity. Indigo crystal children. The goddess of oneness. Ray. Speak your truth. Option number 1 got this as well. Wow, very similar to option number 1. Okay. And then we have inner guidance system. Very interesting cards, actually. Very similar to option number 1, you guys. So if you guys really felt indecisive about which one to choose, I suggest you go to option number 1 as well. Maybe it's like a continuation of it. I feel like during this Mercury retrograde, you're going to be looking at where the sadness stems, okay? Where is it coming from? I feel like this is sadness that is very rooted, that has been within you for quite a long time, or that has been a sadness that you have been experiencing for a long time. I do feel like this is a sadness about someone you've been thinking, someone you're very fond of, someone that you are, the person that you're thinking of right now that just came to mind, that is the person. Okay, I'm just gonna say that. I do feel like you might have a lot of history with this person, or I do feel like there is a lot of entanglement here. There's a lot of confusion going on about a connection. It doesn't have to be love, but it just can be a connection here. But I will say it could be definitely twin flame or a soulmate type of energy, but it can be familial as well. But I do feel like there's a lot of conflicting thoughts about this person, or there was some harsh miscommunication being said with this person. Maybe you had a misunderstanding. There's some type of, I feel like you'll be able, during this Mercury retrograde, you'll be able to speak your truth on something. Yeah, I feel like someone here, there was some type of communication or misunderstanding with someone. Someone was very childlike in the communication here. And I feel like during this Mercury retrograde, you're going to have the chance, or the person that you're dealing with is going to have the chance to speak their truth. And for some of you, this Mercury retrograde will allow you, because you're speaking your truth, to allow to clear the air here and rebirth something, have a new beginning with this person. For others of you, you might not be receptive to this. You might be with your arms closed and be like, no, sorry, you had your chance and you didn't want to, or I don't know what they did to you, because it did cause a lot of sadness here. And I do feel like this is something that has history. This is something that, you see, this tree is very old. I do feel like this is something from your past, someone that you had. Oh man, I feel like it's just this energy of letdown. Look at her face. Like, it's kind of like both of these women's face are facing down. It's kind of like, I really expected something else from you or from this situation. And I feel like many of you, this Mercury retrograde is allowing you to follow your inner guidance system here, and you're allowing yourself to calm down. So I feel like this Mercury retrograde will allow you, and that is where you're gonna be able to decide if you want to do this or not. Is, Mercury retrograde is going to slow things down in order for you to kind of tap within yourself and kind of look at where the sadness is coming from, what this person did. Now it's going to be completely up to you if you want to, be receptive to this person's truth, or if you want to completely be like, no, sorry, I'm done. I'm not doing this. This isn't beneficial for me. Because I do feel like this Mercury retrograde is trying to bring in some justice in your favor. Okay, there's some type of karmic justice here. And it could be that this person's karma for you, my viewer, is that you don't accept their apology. Or maybe you do and you listen to them, but you don't allow them back in. Okay, it could be that simple. But I do feel like this Mercury retrograde is trying to bring change in a situation, justice in a situation, information to you. But it's up to you if you're going to be receptive of this information or not. Because I do feel here, receptive is like being open, right? And then she has her hands open. She has her hands closed. He has his hands closed. And she's not even looking. So I feel like there's going to be this energy during this Mercury retrograde of like, do I allow this person in? Do I give this person a second chance? There's something here about something from the past coming back in and you being like, okay, do I engage with this again or do I not? And I feel like maybe just listening to them could give you that missing piece or that information where you're able to kind of like, okay, do I try this again or not? Because I feel like there was some type of childlike behavior here. There was some type of childlike behavior here in this connection. I feel like there was a lot of love. There was a lot of fondness, because these things are together, right? This fog. But here now they're separated. Now they're all went their separate way. So I feel like maybe in one point you guys were very close. We're very close. There was a lot of love. There was a lot of there was a strong connection here. But I feel like because of whatever this happened, because of whatever this misunderstanding was, someone was hurt. Someone came out the winner. Because the Five of Swords, right, is the energy of someone winning, but they're winning at cost of hurting someone else. Because someone was very immature in the connection. It could involve a third-party situation for some of you, okay? But I feel like because someone was very immature, this could have been you too, my viewer, okay? I feel like someone got hurt. And I feel like during this Mercury retrograde is going to allow you to make amends or someone to make amends with you in order for you to heal some type of sadness. And for some, you're getting some type of karma. Whether this is good, for some of you, you might get that clarity that you're seeking, and for some of you, you might not. I feel like this is going to be a good time for you during this Mercury retrograde to also find out the truth in whatever it is that you're dealing with. To kind of be in a cocoon in some way and find inner peace and let go of the sadness that has been rooted within you for quite a long time. And I feel like the person that you're thinking about is also very sad about how things went. Okay, because the card says someone you love is thinking fondly of you at the moment. I feel like whoever this person is, you might have hurt them. And this person really, really liked you, or really had a strong, or felt like a strong connection with you. But I feel like this person is really thinking about walking away. I feel like they spoke their truth. Okay, they spoke their truth in some way. They were very receptive to you. They were very giving to you. But I feel like in some way, maybe you, my viewer, weren't as receptive to them. Maybe you were dealing with the Libra, Capricorn, Gemini, or a fellow air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But I feel like this Mercury retrograde is really going to allow you to get the answers that you want from within, because you have a lot of wisdom, and the compass that you need is within you. It's always within you. And this Mercury retrograde is going to allow you to tap into that and kind of slow things down for you. And again, the throat chakra, I feel like someone wants to communicate, or maybe you will be communicating or connecting with your truth. You will be transcending the illusions as well. There's some type of truth that is being revealed to you, but it's going to come from within yourself. And in order to do that, you need to quiet your mind. Maybe you want to find out where this sadness is stemming from. Where is it coming from? And you want to change that. You're like, I don't want to feel sad anymore. And it could have been something that someone that you really loved did to you. And maybe this person is not even conscious of it. You know? I feel like something you've been waiting for. There's some type of truth, some type of clarity that you have been waiting for. It's finally coming to you, or you're realizing it, or you're finally slowing it down. Like you're actually having the time, because everything's going to slow down. You're going to be able to kind of have access to the truth within you. But I'm also hearing during this Mercury retrograde, you have to be open to receiving this information as well. And there's something here with the compass. We have the north and the south. Maybe you and this person are very opposite. But there is a change happening here, but you have to be open to it. Don't resist it. Yeah, there's a lot of sadness here. I'm looking at this woman here, her. I feel like having a meditation practice will be very beneficial for you during this Mercury retrograde as well. You might be receiving a lot of information during your meditations. There's also something here that has been messing with your mind, or you've been going back and forth. There's been a lot of confusion about something, about a connection, about a specific person. And I feel like during this Mercury retrograde, it's going to allow you to finally clear that up in order for you to not feel like this anymore. I'm hearing for some of you, you might come to terms with the harsh reality with Saturn here. Maybe you weren't willing to receive that information before, but I feel like now you will. Because you don't want to be in this energy anymore. Yeah, you want things to be more balanced. You want justice to be made. And I feel like Spirit is saying it's going to happen for you during this Mercury retrograde. There's something that was elusive to you. There was something that you weren't seeing. And because that is coming to you, it's bringing in about change. And even though it might not be the information that you want or the answer that you want, they're saying be appreciative of it. Because ultimately it's the truth. And with this truth, knowledge means change. Okay, you guys. So that is what I have for you guys. And now I'm going to move to option number 3. So for those of you who picked option number 3, let's see. What is this Mercury retrograde going to be bringing up for you? Something emotional because of the Aquamarine. Let's see. Protected. Okay, you are protected. You are safe. You are supported. You're watched over. Practice. Between worlds. Mother and daughter energy. Very interesting. Have faith. Revolution. True love. Clear your space. God of spiritual healing. Archangel Gabriel. A renewal. Initiative. There's something new that you guys are starting during this Mercury retrograde. Wow. There's progress being made. Love-based reality. Okay. So what I'm getting with these cards here is, I'll put these cards as I go. I do feel like during this Mercury retrograde, you're starting something new. Okay, you're doing something. You're rediscovering something. There's a new beginning for you here. If you allow it, of course, you know, free will is at play. It's completely optional. It's whatever it is that you feel like you want to do. But I feel like if you use this Mercury retrograde in a positive way, I feel like there's something new. There's something that your heart has been trying to tell you or whisper. There's some type of pearls that you're discovering within yourself. I feel like also during this Mercury retrograde, it's going to allow you to kind of nurture yourself, mother yourself with that mother-daughter card. I do feel like you're going to have a chance to practice something, to initiate something different, to renew maybe something. There's something that your heart's been wanting to tell you here. And I feel like it has to do with something in regards to your career for many of you, okay? And I feel like you want to do something different, something that is outside of the box. And I feel like Mercury retrograde is going to allow you to kind of practice that, or to bring or discover a new skill within yourself. I feel like you're going to rediscover the love within your job or within your profession of some sort. For some of you, you might rediscover love, okay, with someone. I feel like for many of you, you're going to be practicing your teaching skills, okay? You're going to be also revisiting some type of knowledge or putting together some type of knowledge in order to teach it. And I feel like this is something you've been going back and forth on, okay, for quite some time. But I feel like during this Mercury retrograde, because it's slowing things down, it's going to allow you to kind of explore this avenue or this new thing that you want to do and kind of perfect it. Polish the skill, if you will. I see you nurturing something you have been in between about, something that you've been going back and forth here. For some of you, it could be about a relationship. For others of you, it could definitely be about career or a profession in some way. And I see you guys really taking care of this, if you will, of this egg, okay? And I see you guys having a lot of hope, I feel a lot of you will be releasing a lot of the burdens that you have been carrying. I see many of you also using this Mercury retrograde, or it'll be very beneficial if you do, if you clear your space, if you get rid of things or clutter, okay, things that are draining your energy. If you don't love it, okay, if it doesn't make you happy, you need to cut it off. Spirit wants you to get into an energy and a reality that is filled with love-based only, okay? Do not keep people, do not entertain people, do not entertain things that are not good for you or that are not benefiting you in any way, okay? I see for many of you, you're going to be reorganizing your space or where you work, or you might be bringing in more spiritual tools or crystals or saging. There's something there about cleansing your energy. There's a lot of healing as well. Okay, there's something that it's going to become very evident. Yeah, is that the word? Evident. Okay, or you're going to become very aware of something that is out of balance in your life, something that needs healing. And it could be that you've been putting yourself last as well, and you're nurturing that. But for many of you, I feel like this is all about your life purpose, and it could definitely involve communication. It's interesting because all these piles had communication, but they were different. And I feel like for option number 3 is all about your profession. Okay, you're definitely meant to teach or share knowledge. Shells, there's something with shells. Come out of your shell. Okay, maybe this Mercury retrograde will allow you to kind of put yourself out there, to kind of show a new version of yourself, or to reinvent yourself in some way. And I do feel here that there was a lot of insecurities or doubts that were holding you back. Something held you back. Something with your heart, or you lost touch of why you started to do what you started to do. And I feel like during this Mercury retrograde, you are falling in love with your craft, or with your skill, or with yourself here. And I feel like you are rediscovering your purpose, and you're not allowing things to hold you back anymore. With the Strength card, I do feel like, again, you're rediscovering that passion, that devotion. And also you're going to be revisiting to who and to what are you devoted to? And is it good for you or is it not? I see you turning away from this tornado here behind her. I see you taming something, because this is a lion. The lion could eat her at any time. And I see you taming something that was very scary to you. And it could be those fears that were holding you back. And I feel like you are like, I am hearing, what's that song from Katy Perry? Hear Me Roar? Is that the song? I don't even know. But that's what I'm hearing. Like, you can, after this Mercury retrograde, it's kind of like you're just rising. You're just like, this is me. Hear me roar kind of energy here. You're creating magic. You're tapping into your potential. And then we have the 9 of Cups. It's kind of this energy of the crab, again, very motherly energy. But also I feel like with the 9 of Cups, there's a wish fulfillment here. You're going after your wishes, or there's a wish that you've been putting in the back burner and you're finally devoting to it. You're finally practicing it. There's a renewal of energy within yourself and within your craft and within your profession as well. You're taking initiative in a new direction here. Again, because you are letting go and you're taming your fears in some way. You're preparing. I feel like this Mercury retrograde is going to allow you to prepare for yourself to take flight here. There's something here that was holding you back, that was not allowing you to fly, was not allowing you to kind of go after what you want. But I feel like during this Mercury retrograde, you're going to release that, right? You're going to let go of the clutter, of the chains, of the things that have been holding you back, and you're healing them, or you have been healing them, but you're kind of like wrapping it up already because you have tamed a lot of things here. With the Strength card, you've been patient too. Strength is about patience. Strength is the Leo. The Leo's ruled by the heart chakra, the 5th house. So it's all about your passion, creativity. I feel like you're going to get very creative during this Mercury retrograde. And you're creating some type of revolution here. Okay? Something very, very different. There's something very different that you're bringing or that you're discovering within yourself. And the thing is that you're not afraid of pursuing that anymore. Yeah, you're not. Because now you know that no matter what people tell you, or no matter who comes your way, Spirit is protecting you. Kind of like this cat here, so you can be at peace. This cat is protecting you from this crab that could pinch you at any time. So you're not afraid. You're at peace here. You're like, it's okay. I can be myself, or I can do what I want. I can go after what I want. And I know that Spirit has my back. Let me see what else I'm getting here. Yeah, because you are protected. Exactly. You're letting your burdens go. And you're going to be working very closely with Archangel Gabriel during this Mercury retrograde. It's like you're having more trust in Spirit. You're having more trust in your guides, or whoever your higher power is, God. I'm just hearing it's like a huge shakeup with the Revolution card here. Hold on. Nice message here. Yeah, because you're walking away from something. I feel like you're walking away from something that you thought you couldn't walk away from. Even though you really loved. I feel like even though you really loved this person or this situation, it's like you knew. Yeah, you were very indecisive about this. Very indecisive. But I feel like finally you're making the decision to not invest in that and to invest in something else. And it could be your profession and your career, because this is what you're walking towards. You're walking towards more stability, being the business or the entrepreneur, or just your profession in life or your craft. You're seeking that abundance, and I feel like you're leaving the murkiness behind, and you're walking away from this Four of Pentacles. And it could easily be someone that was holding back, or it could be yourself. You're walking away from keeping yourself locked up, holding yourself back in this cage, in this dungeon, and allowing yourself to be free and explore something and be a revolutionary and follow your passion. Because that is what is going to ultimately give you that financial stability and that Nine of Cups energy. That is what is going to fulfill your wishes. That is what is going to give you that emotional satisfaction. It's by you taking initiative and going through this renewal and following your purpose and having faith. That's all you can do. Love and faith and nurturing what you love and following your heart and following your code of ethics and morals is what's going to get you here. Because you have proven to be strong. That's without a doubt. You have proven yourself to be someone that can tame your fears. Those lower vibrational energies. Yeah, you have proven to channel your energy in a positive direction. And you're going to be letting go and destroying that which, well, basically destroying means letting go, walking away from things that were keeping you here in this Four of Pentacles, in this lack mentality, or in this fear-based mentality. And it could be definitely a person. You were walking away from someone that was very closed off, or that wasn't receptive of your love, or that in some way, again, didn't see your value. Very similar to option number 1. And you're like, I can't do that. I need to live a love-based reality. I can't stay in this lack energy. I can't stay in this energy of fear. I need to move towards the energy of the King of Pentacles, which is someone who is sure of their value, is someone who knows what they're worth, is someone who knows what they have to offer, and is someone who knows that they can achieve, they can have their cake and they can eat it too. So you're healing a lot, and it could be that you're healing a lot of financial beliefs as well. So that is what I have for you guys. I hope this was helpful. I wish you the best. Take care of yourself. It was an honor. God bless you, and bye.